So NPP corrupt officials, Abusuya, there is much interesting moment ahead. The BIAK Sasem way HM. Chama won to me right now. He is facing 20 years a year jail sentence. The likes of Kwabena Edubuain, Gifty Oware, NSS scandal, Minina Ewo Court, Skytrain scandal, and also Ewo Court. And NK Obrempon about drop shocking information there, Abusuya. Unyante ewo political highway so aha gossip politics TV so aha na obetse sa updates na yede bremo na one top NPP formal appointee MP right now no BNI for chasing out omo pese omo arrest no abusua name no apope apa ebi mo keka ebobobo de bi NK Obempon aba drop facts no de amaya or say the likes of BNI, National Security, and Yoko, Abusuya sa top NPP official no, omo hantin no na omo akwa arrest no with immediate effect. Cause oshe looted state funds bia HSL ordinance boom during ne tenure at office. Abusuya emu ayeden e de ama sa former NPP appointee ya. BNI for hunting the Dindia, NK Obempon Eddie Honsem, Ababe to Yamian Corner, Young Concuti, and Smell Course nearby. Yadiaka at so unsubscribe, subscribe and hit say on a notification bell, and so send any updates be ever dropping also on sa every to me Akabia a gossip politics TV. So
Toga said the Accra High Court Ashe adding sa to 5 bank accounts of the former executive secretary of the interministerial coordinating committee on decentralization under the previous administration MPP and another Akufo-Addo president na abedieche Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia eti Dennis Miracle Aboaje ana sabre the Accra High Court ashe say 5 bank account or one woman di woman sa atoso other properties, landed properties, and also woman di woman sa atoso because by 2016 our mampeni our to see John Dramani Mahama 2016 aye to aba our betena fie by a former president no time a war free power no mampeni nya baby na I quite remember a day no team I will make a request ama empenifo ahemfo kuku dambia na ewo kromo anyina kra ade omanu tum ene the former president Nana Akufo-Addo kasai say womu de omu nyai Emma President John Dramani Mahama entinam in the year 2017 as 7 America chron wo bra na President Mahama esifom semampani womu nyai na President Mahama entina sa dan mu enkopem time a President Mahama benya dan na nko womu nyim free nsem mekai onabo Safo Mafo senior minister Nana Akufo-Addo womo yire omampani John Dramani Mahama sa etu ni free dan state house ana omampani John Dramani Mahama tim me pese yenko na yenko hwe yekohwe sa asem ne ba Dennis Miracle Aboaje asem so no me de beba be rape no na afi yahwe sede amemo ni tifati omampani John Dramani Mahama wobra chain homes no mo yom end of year Thanksgiving ni se mo di tuga kwan kura wo fa so ekopie wo chain homes na onya edan asa no orent atenem wo bra wa ye omampani awie yentie ne see the president of the Republic of Ghana John Dramani Mahama 2016 wo free abemu of course said you kind no was ni danke tuwa bi na mom sada no as a former president and a statesman of the Republic of Ghana so kwatena wo kura no a empanifo ntimi mesra no wo ho and as a former president was say eye oman no provide accommodation de mano edan ya no team ana oye mampani wase o moma mentina mu kakra na mu de mu betumi kura no a mempe ba bi yie na Nana Akufo-Addo ne Safo Mafo sa ha ne he ahemfo akese mempe se mebobodin ewo kromo anyina ba asem num bi se moma mentina mu wo de moma na mere kakra obetu om se dabida afei omampani na yiri kan na okohwe dan a wom akire omu se omampani na betena ho a wom se dabi edan ne afa rent bio 2 or 3 places ebi kura wo tua wom sa de ni sika man back wom hu so no ba betena fie ho and sana finally obi a no waye omampani wo krom ha wiye na Ghana na sika bi ahye ne nsa na bibi ahye ne nsa na onya baabi na ansa na chain homes wo kwakonya apartment wo ho na omampani John Dramani Mahama ne yere ne mma wo makwakokotenem omampani me ka ba si Dennis Miracle Aboagye asem no so Accra High Court ede what ne nsa to 5 bank accounts a Dennis Miracle Aboagye de 4 landed properties no latte a 7-bedroom house mansion latte eno na wunhunu no ono wonye mampani o oye executive secretary under by former president Addo Akufo-Addo no ye executive secretary and the interministerial coordinating committee on decentralization onye mampani onye MP onye minister look at edanya under 8 years Akufo-Addo bedi ade na Dennis Miracle Aboagye say MC Kwapem not na Addo Akufo-Addo na say yi na di no fi omode ko say interministerial coordinating committee on decentralization and no say the communication director Edema Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia hwedanya wasi ewolate I don't hate him. Dennis is my brother. Yenya yo ekrapem for ofilate mi fitutu but e was so man Ghana fan ntema pa bi difra hwedanya wasi as executive secretary for interministerial coordinating committee that way President John Dramani Mahama onibi enya we nko woko Adringano. There's an apartment there, residential apartment, and also quarter in Sato so Oko Spring Test. There's a residential apartment there belonging to Dennis Miracle Aboagye Yekanasemi, and also quarter in Sato so Oko Latte Ekiapemwa over 15 acres of land. Quarter in Sato so 5 bank account a quarter in Sato Suni Nina Sikawum. Or executive secretary. Anima Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization. Now, many Dennis, time I yoko chewa upie na mete say obeka sai and 55 million Ghana cedis asembia ya nkoma ekodi kura no emfa ne sa ada na court no ada ne nsa freeze account any ufie umeka sa biem afede afutuo na Honorable Bernard Bedi Akubeidu akwatia MP no ode ma wono watie afede won kasabio yan hwe wo pay ana woje as interministerial coordinating committee on decentralization executive secretary na properties awa acquire ewo udimu na court ne nsato so no se sa pay no ebetimi aya and owia na odisu na odi ehumobro na wawura ghetto na wabegina kaa so na okekam mu ghetto fo medomo efi na kwa minimu ti say time Dennis Miracle Aboagye wo power 8 years ghetto ni be ne hu no 5 bank account ana court de nsato so ghetto fo amoko ho no mo bank account yesen mu wo mo account mpo omo wo mo account nyina de kukilo nso ka 5 bank account and oya ghetto na Dennis Miracle Aboagye be nanim kama na menemu ti say efi na ekọ ana me domo me hu se mu ye menua efi se yokofo che me no mu begina hodom ana mu be ye dede ana ye yi me 5 bank account ni nyina sika ye mu ma if you are from the ghetto na utie mia the next time the MPP organizes their demonstration or whatever even if they are giving you money you will not risk your life to be part of them if you know the amount of money akwa down of my Ghana sika anka wo ghetto no ghetto youth no ye bibi ebetimi aboa na wo abirebia no won sire sika mfi obi a na ho atọ se sika no unim ne dodo akwakodi MPP fo mpani botomu a anka wo ntira wo ghetto na wo mo meto nsamfrɛ wo omo ma no wai wo mo ma no mo akotena broche no omo ko school no wa he ani ya chi wom no 150 cities a wo di bedi banku nti ukodi MPP fo chi no aye choboy ana munyi wei ene munye ready because iyoko national security your friend is saying BNI all the security agencies mo ba be ko ho according to information ekuta some of us we can work and arrest the course MP penibi and arrest the course nke ye chi no ye nchi ne yetimi money din unim de nkrofo ya yo man Ghana wunim de ekwanya MPP ade o man Ghana me say efiti Kwame Nkrumah bre so aban bia ni wa abedi so a sabi yebeka so obi aniska akoso under the NDC His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama ebi koso tama Victoria Hama eko bia na no so $100 million onye obejai omampani John Dramani Mahama eyi na di obia no ye corruption ebi koso ebi wia efie bia mensa wom but under the leadership of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia any Ken Ofori-Atta wadwane free Ghana say ekura wo ye foto samfo o ye finance minister na wo man Ghana sika hodo nyina wo no hwe so na so nei wo se wontimi mu ho akonta because under them the highest ever in the history of this country 8 years Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo Alhaji Bawumia Ken Ofori-Atta the boy say over 600 billion Ghana cedis with less to show ekankwa eka every sector under Oman Ghana amemo MPP Jakatu every sector womo say woman me say MPP mpanifo a eba be ko jail womo eba be ko court womo a emra be so mumu enu ntina the former vice president a wono asan ye flyby adema MPP wo ba be ka say your friend say yeah eba so oh obi nka me mero afinidin oh court here eba yi regional tribunal Mama Penny John Dramani Mahama enfa ne nsan hyase obesign ne obesign no chena court na choki ye here tribunal na the case fast tribunal 2 weeks 3 weeks either so 1 month we are done with your case sika we ebeto account we mu wonim hu bibi ani another bi wonim hu bibi sika no we kofabra wa nya akodam ye wie anuti na lajma hu ba yesu no formation ayatete se wono akasa kura kwa yoko na pankasa bekasa okwa yoko send this yaban so mo so mbayire omo ho said the omo yire omo ho no matatai empenifu akromu ha MPP the past officials of them won mawia wo man Ghana sika for man Ghana japade a ebeka nipa 2 pe ebia wo MPP mu omo nko jail that is how serious case it here and nay hwe mampani di ade awie na onya ba bi fa ni tintu no no ankasa ni fie but Dennis Miracle Aboate executive secretary keke my interministerial coordinating committee on decentralization hwe properties or hwe fie owo Ajiringano Spintex latte and sase investment ahodo treasury bills awodo o man sika agye afele Dennis why edin afena sendie ne beba so and yemu bi yeka yen vote no kwan send ne yepesa ye adwuma yen vote aye to and my president John Dramani Mahama and the NDC some metna ba mu no eye niam bi say ne ye hwehwe to serve as a deterrent to other people omo e ba betna aban anam no ma di dream kata se pro ye kankan whatever happening we NDC ni na wo tia ban mu a ma wani so na hwe because aya den NDC aban want nemu forever ebedu ba bia beko na se ko na wa mene nkosua ni se ya yawde a wa mene a ka hunu se sa ne ma ekoso nyina ebi betimi ato eti Dennis Miracle Aboate ya hwew sa crocodile suna okosu kire ghetto ni de omunyi omani ada ho wo ma hunu bank account now lienko hwe bank account ni history time be na Dennis Miracle Aboate creating all this bank account the last 8 years 7 6 and now we creating ni nyina sa na oba amanyo semu ani nyina be kirew de entia memenia Dennis Edward Aboagye friend Miracle o creating all those bank accounts any near enei eto no e was so mine fan ntema pa bi difra me enka obru po maka me nya betena pa me som man me som Ghana sade ahemfo asofo empanifo adwadifo baby biara obewia ura trotrom by this time adam inside politics Uber taxes private cars crofo numam TV ebo ho musi ho hwe ntimi metwa ntoro wa timi nya betena sepe sade assemblity no meka ne sa pepepe na me de a kire wo konkokwa from kokko to Accra GPRT for Ginyame mpanifo amwo ho wo mato me ba beto ase.
For us it's an occupational hazard. And so you always have to pull a rabbit out of the hat. I don't know what to say today, but it just takes me back to what made me come to chain homes. and I think it falls in line with the exhortation that Prophet Martin gave us, that when things are the lowest, don't think that God has given up on you. We came here by accident. There are few people who know this story. We lost the elections. We thought the world had come to an end. And the agreement was that as former president, the state will provide accommodation for you. We were a young couple. We had built a house, but it was some small Atakwame house. We couldn't post any head of state in that house. And besides, we had rented it out. So there were some Chinese living in it. And then we lost the election. You couldn't go and tell them to get out of your house and then you come and stay there. So we were homeless. And I said, okay, no problem, let's find somewhere and rent. So we got a place near Kaokudi, the Gold House, there somewhere. And they agreed, we went and looked at it, it was okay. Not anything imposing, but it was livable. And considering that we're homeless, we were prepared to take anything. And so we went there. Lodina went there, I didn't go there. And she went and negotiated everything and all that. And they said, yeah, the house is available. So Lodina said, oh, John, come, let me show you where we've got. So I went there, and the caretaker was there. So for the first time, they realized that, is the former president who just lost the election who is coming to stay here. Oh, the next day they said, you see, it's our company accommodation. One of our general managers is coming from abroad, and actually he's coming to live there. We forgot, and so it's not available for rent. So we said, okay. Now that one was not as bad. After about 4 or 5 places, we got a place. They said it was okay. And so they gave us the rent. We went and paid. They gave us a receipt. And then again, when they realized that it was me, it was some Indian people came and said, oh no, come back for your money. We're not renting the house anymore. So they really gave our money back to us. They refunded it. And so we went looking again. And this place, I never ever thought I'd come and live here. Because I came here one time when I was vice president. At the time, we were planning the roads in this area. And so we came this way, and it was some Fulani cattle people with their cows grazing all over this place. And there was some, dead track. If you wanted to go there, you had to go through some corner and come through. And so we actually drove past here. It was the beginning of chain homes. And little did I know that one day it will become my refuge. As a refugee, that's where I'll find solace. And so we came down, and then with the road sweeper, the urban road sweeper. And so they started building the roads. And then the day of commissioning, of course, I was president. I came and commissioned the Airport Hills bridge, and I cut the short for the bridge over the motorway. And so that was the first time I passed along these roads, and I said, oh, very beautiful place. And so when we roamed and were looking for a place to rent and we didn't get, finally they said, oh, there's a place at Chain Homes. There's Chain Homes. So go and check there. So when we came round, it was my daughter, what's her name? Ikea. Ikea is the one who received Lodina. And somebody had built his house in the corner there and given it to Chain Homes and asked them to rent it. So he said, oh, there's this property in the corner there. See if you like it. And so Lodina went and said, oh, look, we have no choice anyway. So it's not about whether we like it, we'll take it. And so that's how we came to this neighborhood. And the first person I met that I knew was Paul. Paul was my director of corporate when I was in government. And so Paul came to me and said, "Oh, I came to welcome you on behalf of the residents." And so he accepted us. And he said, "Oh, one of the evenings, I'm going to take you around to greet our neighbors." So for those of you who were here at that time, I came from house to house and greeted you. And of course, Pakas was my schoolmate. And so Pakas, he and I were in university together. Pakas was a businessman from when we were in university.
So abusua we na ensema e course so e political highway so one top NPP official no and abusua BNI for a strike hard on him and yere honsem brema sisi and there is fear and panic bia cause tension rise in a NPP headquarters enye asam keto akra but am asem jepene kokoti sa ensem way edema aha gossip politics TV so